Hi everybody, it's Tatiana and I have already recorded the second portion of this video, so this is just the lead-in to let you know that it's an unboxing. And back in time we go. So I got this cute, I love it, this leather-bound edition of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. When I saw this, I really wanted it. I really don't need, yes I do, I'm gonna shut up. I was gonna say I don't need another copy of this, but who cares? Like, I love it, so I picked this up. I also got The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. This is the Penguin, from the Penguin Sherlock Holmes collection. I wasn't going to buy this, but seriously, the price that this was on Book Outlet, it was worth it. Winks at Winks and Ink is going to be doing a Sherlock Holmes readathon starting in January of next year, and I want to participate in that because I've never read a Sherlock Holmes story, but I have watched a couple episodes of Sherlock, and oh my gosh, I can't, Basil of Baker Street, I can't think of what the name of the Disney movie is right now, but Basil of Baker Street is one of my favorite Disney characters, and he is a playoff of Sherlock Holmes. If you've never watched the movie, he is a mouse that actually lives under the house of Sherlock Holmes, and so he's adapted or adopted some of Sherlock Holmes's personality, that's the word, and he is a crime solver for the mouse community, animal community. And so yeah, but I'm not a big mystery reader either, but I'm going to read this because I want to participate in the readathon and yeah, read it with the community as well as with some people who really enjoy these stories. So I look forward to that. I also got Against a Darkening Sky by Lauren B. Davis. Isn't this gorgeous? I don't know how much you can see because I've like pushed myself back. But I never heard of this before, and I want to say this was kind of recommended to me. I don't know. On Goodreads, but let me see. Willona, the lone survivor of a plague that wiped out her people, stumbles out of the moors to a new life in a village of Griffin. There she is apprenticed to Tuilt, a revered healer and seeress. She blossoms under Tuilt's tutelage and will one day take her place, but as an outsider, she is viewed with suspicion by all except Margon, a warrior in the Lord's Hall. When the king arrives proclaiming a conversion to the new Christian religion, Geffen becomes dangerous for Willona and Tuilt as villagers embrace the new faith and turn against the old ways, even as Willona's relationship with Margon grows. Willona's fate becomes intertwined with that of Egon, a monk sent to Geffen as part of the Christian mission. Both will see their faith tested. Torn between loyalty to the old gods and loyalty to her adopted kin, Willona battles for survival, dignity, and love against overwhelming odds, exploring timeless conflicts and offering rich, nuanced historical details that bring pagan Britain to life. Against the Darkening Sky is an exquisitely rendered work of fiction from one of Canada's most acclaimed and celebrated novelists. I also picked up, I love the way this feels, A Teaspoon of Earth and Sea by Dina Nayari. I heard, who is it, Books with B read this earlier this year. I think it was Brown Girl Reading. If it was not her, whoever the other person is that I saw who read it had a different opinion than what Books with B had. And having those two different opinions made me want to read it just to see where I fell between the two of them. So growing up in a small rice farming village in 1980s Iran, 11-year-old Saba Hafezi and her twin sister Mahtab are fascinated by America. They keep lists of English vocabulary words and collect illegal copies of Life magazine, tapes of television shows, and Beatles cassettes. So when Saba's mother and sister disappear, leaving her and her father alone in Iran, she is certain that they have moved to America without her. As she grows into womanhood in the warmth and community of her village, Saba replaces her lost family with a quartet of surrogate mothers, each with their own opinion about what troubles Saba and two best friends, beautiful Panay, whose life is on hold until her family marries her off her older sisters, and musical Reza, whom Saba has loved since she was a little girl. But life in post-revolutionary Iran is limited for a girl of Saba's talents. She aches for her lost mother and sister, and for the Western life she believes she is being denied. She has always been taught that fate is in the blood, which must mean that twins will live the same life even if separated by land and sea. And so Saba imagines a simultaneous parallel life, a Western version for her sister. But where Saba's story has all the grit and brutality of real life in Iran, her sister's life, as Saba envisions it, gives her a freedom and control that Saba can only dream of. So this is not really a typical book that I would read, but the synopsis of it, as well as the opinions of the two booktubers who I heard read this, really made me want to pick it up. So this is another branching out for me, and the prayer is that it's better than that hoe. I also picked up Dance of Cloaks by David Dalglish. I did read the synopsis of this, but let's be real, look at the cover. Man, cloak, weapon. I'm not even going to bother telling you what it's about because it wasn't the first thing that made me pick it up. I also picked up Midnight Robber by Nalo Hawkinson. I have not yet read Brown Girl in the Ring, and I think I may own one more book by her. Not Brown Girl in the Ring may be it. But I watched one of the videos on Daniel Jose Older's YouTube channel, and he named this as one of his favorite sci-fi novels with a female lead. So I picked it up. I also picked up Sinners and the Sea by Rebecca Canner, and this is the untold story of Noah's wife. It is a fictional story based on a story from the Torah. Picked it up. And then I picked up Children of the Jacaranda Tree. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know if J is a hard J or a Y or an H. If you know, put it in the comments below, please, so that I can say it correctly from this point forward, because I have seen not just this book, but there's a publishing company called Jacaranda Publishing. I just don't know how it's pronounced. So if you do know, let me know in the comments below. I would appreciate it. Here we go. Nada is born in Iran's, another story in Iran. Nada is born in Iran's Evin prison, where her mother is allowed to nurse her for a few months before a guard appears one day and simply carries the child away. In another part of the city, 3-year-old Omid witnesses the arrest of his political activist parents from his perch at their kitchen table, yogurt dripping from his fingertips. More than 20 years after their violent, bloody purge that took place inside Tehran's prisons, Shaida learns that her father was one of those executed, that the silent void firmly planted between her and her mother all these years was not just the sad loss that comes with death, but the anguish and horror of murder. These are the children of the Jacaranda Tree. Set in the post-revolutionary Iran from 1983 to 2011, Sahar Delahani's stunning novel is an evocative portrait of 3 generations inspired by love and poetry, burning with idealism, chasing dreams of justice and freedom, written in spellbinding prose. It is a moving tribute capturing the intimate side of revolution in a country where the weight of history threatens to overwhelm the present. So yes, I am looking forward to reading all of these, and since my focus is to read my own damn bookshelf, and let's not even talk about how it's December and technically I'm not supposed to be purchasing any books until January, but none of these books are on my wish list on Amazon, which my friends and family do have access to. So yeah, I should be okay, or they should be okay if they get me books. I don't normally get books for gifts, so we'll see. But I'm gonna stop. That's gonna be the end of this video.